That makes your audience even more depressed. Like, really? Come on. Anyway.
Why didn't they set it with them all dying?
It's not dinosaurs. What are you talking about? Spoiler alert. Anyway, I just realized we spoiled 2 programs that are not available anywhere. This is my DVD.
Dinosaurs is actually on DVD.
So is Party of 5, but there's like on Netflix or anything. It's not like we have to worry about spoiling something that's streaming. Anyway, Cory's eating picture. Yeah, parents are dead, but Amy reads this, but it's so uncomfortable.
And even better is Cory just going, please don't. You're reading it, aren't you?
So, according to their research, parents are not thought of as cool. Well, how much research did you really need to figure that out?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, they're 7th graders. How the hell hard was that to figure out? Jeez.
They're also the same people who thought Dane Cook was awesome.
Wow. I heard it was good in the Planes movie, though. I heard it was good there. I didn't see it, so I don't know. She liked it, so I don't know.
Apparently, he's good as long as he's not doing stand-up.
That sounds like my opinion of Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
No, I can't stand Larry the Cable Guy outside of Cars. I can't stand the guy.
Yeah. Well, apparently he's not really that good in anything outside of Cars either.
That could be what it is. So anyway, where are we?
For some reason, I find him only tolerable as Mater.
Because Mater, he is Mater. I think that's the problem. I think he is Mater. Anyway, we can keep going.
Then they have to tone in. Then they have to rein in the racism in that.
This is true. So, living amongst bears. Oh yeah. So. I just realized what I wrote. So after the election, Cory's parents are going to be found living amongst bears in the woods. What the fuck is he talking about?
Well, it sounds less depressing than Grizzly Man.
All right, so we cut to school, and some random student. Did you have a clue who this was? Because I had no clue who the student was that Feeney was talking to out in the hallway for no real apparent reason. See if you can look him up while I continue here, and I don't care what your little brother ate. Yeah. You're getting an F. Oh no, he's not.
Your dog ate, or your little brother.
Oh, it was whoever this guy was said you're getting him an F, and he's like, no, a G for G. If I just did my work on time, I would have been the only 40-year-old in 8th grade. Wow. So, somehow this turned into Sean promising that if Cory got elected, Feeney would be out as principal. That doesn't even make sense. None of that sentence makes any sense whatsoever. And this starts the whole give the people what they want rundown of the rest of the show.
And apparently the black kid, it was Alex. Alex is Brandon Adams. He's best known for playing Little Michael Jackson in the Moonwalker movie, where they did the segment where they did bad with child actors.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And he's also best known for playing Fool in Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs.
Okay.
So Frasier in Ghost in the Machine, Kenny DeNunez in The Sandlot.
Oh, Kenny from The Sandlot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew he looked
Jesse
familiar
Hall
from
The Mighty Ducks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah.
Jesse from The Mighty Ducks. That's where I would know him better than anything. Those are my favorite movies, of course.
Yeah.
This is that time. That's the era. The Mighty Ducks. This show. They all came out in the same era. So that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. Give the people what they want. Okay. So we cut to the cafeteria, and Alvin is standing holding court, like you do, in an election process, saying that students should get paid for learning, which was weird, which was a strange thing, and there was something else that I missed.
And this is Alvin now.
Oh, there you go. Well, Jesse grew up well.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's Alvin now?
Yeah.
Where's Alvin from? Over here.
Okay, Alvin here is Jonathan Kaplan. Let me just go through here. George from Life with Mikey. I think he was the kid that was basically channeling Woody Allen.
Oh, yeah.
And he was actually in 4 episodes of the series.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It was Alvin.
He's the kid that got crushed by the door in the first episode?
Oh, Alvin and Simon.
Did he get crushed by the door in the first episode?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he said
That's why I recognized him.
Back to School, The Uninvited, and he's in one more On the Air.
I remember he's one of the nerds in the beginning of the first episode of the season. They get hit by the door and the nurse's office. That's where he saw him the first time. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he plays characters Alvin, Simon, and Herbert.
Up in a theater.
I'm guessing they had to avoid copyright. He was in the Richard Jenny TV series Platypus Man.
I know you're reading Wikipedia. There's times you say anything. I'm not sure if you're making them up or not.
He was in 3 chapters of Josh Kirby Time Warrior. That was a direct-to-video series from Charles Band that had to do with a kid going through time and space.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually featured another TGIF alumnus, Corbin Allred from Teen Angel.
Okay.
Let's see, we have he's also in A Kid in Aladdin's Palace, What Just Happened, Law and Order Criminal Intent, Elementary, 3 episodes of SVU, Hostages.
All right, so we move on, and he's holding court, and he says the students should get paid for learning, the teachers should get paid for teaching. Oddly, that makes sense, but not in a election like this. There was something else that I missed. It didn't really matter, because Sean was actually getting insulted, because he's cheesier than them.
Yeah.
So let's break out the heavy cheese.
Cheese.
And he starts holding court. And he called Alvin a curve breaker. Which, why not? Somehow, this all turned into Cory.
Yeah.
Saying that they should spend less time at school. I'm not sure how this happened, but this is what we got here. Apparently, he's shot by Wednesdays. So let's cut off the week there. Take off Thursday, Friday, make a part of the weekend. Mondays will be optional.
Yeah.
So come in on Tuesdays and be ready to learn. What the hell? What the blue hell are we talking about here?
I don't know.
But I loved how Turner was going with it the entire rest of the episode.
Yeah.
He did the wet with it. Because I love how there were Feedy and Turner in the back watching all this. And Feedy goes, when are you going to stop this if it was up to Matthews on Tuesday? That was good. Very, very funny. Now, what did Feedy say to Turner that I actually wrote down? It was too much like the real thing. What did he say?
It's gonna say, what, you mean like, it's gonna say what outrageous promises and grandstanding? Yes.
Yeah. Too much like the real thing.
Yeah.
Wow. What do I say to that? So, they go back and forth. Alvin left the room. We don't know why yet.
Yeah.
They come back, and Feeney's actually trying to talk to Turner about this, and Turner says, I believe in letting them make their own mistakes. Feeney's response was, this is the philosophy for a certain young teacher. Talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So, anyway, we cut back, and Alvin brings...
wait, no, he goes, so what are you going to do, let them make their own mistakes? Yeah, I believe that's how they'll learn. The philosophy for a certain young teacher. You mean me?
And he walks away.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Alvin brings us Paula.
Who honestly looks like the next words out of someone's mouth should be, show us on the doll where he touched you.
Yeah, we'll get... who is she, by the way?
Shay Astar. She's best known for playing one of the kids in Ernest Scared Stupid. She's also been on China Beach, Jake and the Fat Man, episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, episode of Quantum Leap.
So pretty much just hops up on shows.
And she also shows up in a later episode, Wrong Side of the Tracks.
Really?
Yeah, she plays
Keep an eye on that.
Mindy Barnett.
Apparently she's going to she plays 2 different characters. That's even more interesting. Is that this season or another season? What season was that?
I think it's...
Yeah. It's a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, and...
it's actually 5 episodes from now.
She did a voice on a TV series called The Oz Kids, The Rock from the Sun. She's basically done a lot of independent stuff there. She was in I Know Who Killed Me, but her scenes got deleted.
Oh, that sucks.
Deleted. Yeah. Well, it's kind of a blessing considering how bad that movie was. One of her latest things was All Cheerleaders Die.
I say, I feel like you're making some of this shit up, but I know you're not. No, you're not. All right. So Paula shows up, and apparently in 3rd grade was Sean Hunter. Okay, I'm with you so far. And I remember this as it was going down. Like, okay, fine. So she sits on the monkey bars. I'm like, what the fuck did he push her to? Like, I'm expecting, watching this back, I'm like, so did Sean like push her to the ground or something? Like, I thought this is where we were going with this. I really did. But no. He says that girls are icky and wrote it on her notebook. Now, I have a question. Number one, okay, fine. He's 8 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
girls are icky at 8. That's logic. It makes sense. Why does she still have the notebook?
And again, how do we know that Sean actually did this?
Well, Sean pretty much admitted to it. Sean pretty much admitted to it.
So how do we know that she didn't just take another notebook and write that down? Because that looks way too legible for an 8-year-old.
8-year-old. And so Sean makes the logical point that he was 8 years old, and he changed his mind on girls. Makes perfect sense to a normal person, but we're not in a normal world here. Because Alvin finds a way to turn it around and make Sean look like a flip-flopper. Which was like, what the hell? How did we get here? I know even you were like, what? Huh? How did we get here? Like, okay. I did write down the fact that Alvin called him a one-time sexist.
Yeah.
This is an ABC show, right?
Yeah.
It's a family show, right? We're talking about this?
Yeah.
So this is where Cory makes the point. Don't you want your president to be 1,000% loyal to his friends? No.
Yeah.
What? So Cory fires him. Okay, then. We cut back. Sean is pissed. Sean is obviously very pissed.
Yeah.
And he snaps on Cory when Cory keeps saying we, to the point where Sean was squealing.
Yeah.
We. Sean, you're squealing. So now we get to the part where Sean just says random things that make absolutely no sense. We're getting to that point. He's starting to sound like Biff from Back to the Future at his point at the show.
Yeah.
Because at one point we say, I can't believe my friend takes a gun and stabs me in the back. Wait, I'm not done. There was more, and I cut down. Right in front of their eye.
Although I have seen somebody in a horror movie get stabbed with a gun.
But think about the sentence.
Yeah.
Takes a gun, stabs them in the back, right in front of their eye.
Does Sean even hear himself talk?
Wait. The next thing he says, after they have an argument, which is very rare to have an argument, an actual argument. They actually have an argument. But the next thing he says is, Sean says, if I met you just this minute, I wouldn't know who you are.
Well, he's right.
I don't think that was the point he was trying to make. I don't think that was the point. Also, Eric pops up out of nowhere, though.
And believe it or not, he becomes a acclaimed poet.
I know, seriously. I'm not. Is it no insult to Ryder Strong? I do. I just talked to him recently. I started recently on Facebook. I don't want to insult Ryder Strong or anything, but this character in these early seasons are ridiculous sometimes. Yeah. So then,
I think he and Eric swap brains.
I was about to say that because Eric comes in next.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the crowd wooed. I don't know why, but they randomly wooed.
I think it's because they hit puberty all at once.
Seriously, the crowd just wooed at that point. And apparently, Sean. And I love how Cory's trying to insult Eric, but then he's like, "No rugby shirt, no nice hair, and no dimples." And Eric's like, "Oh, like anything is an insult." It sounds pretty funny to me. And Eric's response was, "Who's the guy with photos of naked Cory running through the sprinklers?" I was 4. You were 12. And I love how Cory pauses, thinks about it, looks at him. It was refreshing. What a great line. What a great line. I didn't expect it. That was fantastic. So we cut home. Cory's working on his speech. Alan walks in. And apparently, this is where things got even dumber. Because he goes and says, in his campaign speech, that he's going to be Baywatch in their school. We have a pool. We don't have a pool.
Not yet.
Later in. Pool and a water slide. Later on. I don't know what to say about this anymore. I mean, he makes a valid point that he should be talking about getting rid of the graffiti, better food in the cafeteria, and be the overall voice of the students. And Alan is actually being a good parent. Best parent on television at this point.
So watch him get punished for it.
So, we cut back, where are we? Oh yeah, and Alan made the point of, because he showed the Cory Matthews, honest, loyal, decent, fantastic campaign poster. I have to admit, it was very cool. Very, very, that's actually, all seriousness, I always joke and say about a bell. When they have these over-the-top, like, bright-colored campaign posters with their pictures on it, like, in reality...
That's what a campaign poster looks like.
Exactly. You'd have like Cory had in marker. saying what your campaign slogan is. No picture, nothing, straight up the point. That's reality here.